This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, and welcome back to another edition of Edmonton Oilers discussion here on the channel. And for those of you tuning in for the first time after subscribing during two crazy live streams in which the Oilers won 8-3 and the Oilers won 2-1 in overtime, back-to-back nights in the Central Division, hey, welcome into the first Dolynny TV video you might be checking out. That said, tonight, well, what do I got on tap for you? Easily said, easily done, the simple predictions. Now, the problem is, put it this way, right, is simply put, for most of the year I've done predictions every single month. Right? Every single month I've done predictions for how the month is going to play out. Sometimes bang on, sometimes very out to lunch, right? I believe maybe December we don't want to talk about. That's it. You know what? Solid go. It's been a fun go, and what this built is kind of a fan base within the fan base, right? Is I have people specifically on Dolynny TV that comment waiting at the month start to hear this video. So, Ron, I'm thinking of you on this one, but of course, anyone else that's sitting here quietly in the wings saying, hey, where's those predictions? This one's for you. Today, a special edition because, my friends, we've got ourselves a quick draw to the playoffs, right? 15 games from here to, next month today, right? 31 days from now, however you math it out. I don't know what the actual physical math is, but 31 days from today, 30 days from today, whatever it may be. Simply put, the Oilers are facing the Calgary Flames at the Saddle Dome for Game 82 of the 2019-2020 NHL season. So that said, these aren't going to be your monthly predictions. I'm going to include April's 4th game in there, and it may not shock you where I'm going with that one, but it's the race to the playoffs. That's what the prediction is, because if I was predicting March, I would have been able to do the video on March 1st and tell you how March was going to go. But no. We're going to predict sitting here at 80 points. 80 points on the season, 67 games gone by. Let's figure out the math to get to 98 points. That's where I'm going with this. This is kind of based on my predictions. Now, what I've kind of maintained all along this season, and it's not a hard one to figure out, is all along this season I've said 94 points. That is my comfort zone, right? The Oilers get 94 points. I'm sitting back. I'm resting easy the rest of the year. We're in the playoffs. That seems to be it. So 94 points is still a total of 7 wins away. But the problem is this Western Conference, the way it's shaping up, the way it's looking, is you look at the wild card situation as it sits right now. The teams in the wild card, right? Winnipeg's played 68 games, so they've got 14 remaining. Vancouver's got 17 remaining at 65. They're tied with 74 points. The Oilers are 6 points up on these teams. Now, for these teams to reach 94 points, right, for Vancouver to be in that comfort zone of 94 points, they're going to have to win 10 of the next 7 games. That's tough. For Winnipeg to reach 94 points, they're going to have to win 10 of the next 14. So they got to go 10-4. And then the rest of these wildcard teams, right, Minnesota, technically speaking, they've got 16 games remaining, so they got to go 10-6. Nashville, they've got 72 points, same thing, 10-6, same thing with Arizona. Chicago, could be a wild card if they get hot at the end of the year. They've gone streaking and won 3 straight like we have, but 68 points pretty much count them out of the race at this point. So I'm going to come back to eat those words April 4th. I know it, just somebody saved that clip. But realistically, the Oilers sitting pretty comfy, right? 15 games, they got to get 12 points, not 20. Right, 12 points for 92, 14 points for 94. So, okay. You know what, realistically, schedule kind of looked tough coming into the month. And now I've broke down that math for you and how it plays out. Well, simply look at this schedule and tell me how it looks mathematically speaking. And 8-5-2 is going to really do a good job of getting this Oilers team where they need to. But there is that fudge factor in the fact that we've got 15 games remaining, right? And a comfort zone of 92 points, right? If you're talking about that second wildcard spot being available at 92, that's a 6-9 record the rest of the way home. Wow. Wow. Realistically, right? That's a comfort zone of 6 wins the rest of the way home in 15 games. That still nets the Oilers. That still nets the Oilers 42 wins on the year. So Don't put it past me to know the craziness that is the Oilers, but at the same rate, 42 wins, even if we only win 40% of our next 15 games. All right, good enough. I've wasted enough of your time. Let's get to these predictions. You've seen them, you've read them, you know what's going on. Now let's get to my theories on them. Chicago, again, right, it's a team in the race. It's a team we really should be beating, technically speaking, because, right, they're in the race, keep them out of the race, and that's what we've done with Nashville and Winnipeg these past 2 out of 3 games. Dallas is a game of survival, right? We are playing some of our best hockey these past 3 games in terms of just getting the job done, right? I'm not going to claim Dallas was a perfect game by any means because I think I'd be out on an island on that idea, but you get where I'm going with it. All right. Columbus, here's the thing. They have a lot of injuries. They've been a weird team this year. They're hanging on to a playoff spot, and that is the perfect trap game. You come home after an exhaustive road trip in which you go win 3 straight at this point. Well, you're due for a letdown, right? That's how things have gone this year. OT loss there. Now, again, this gets complicated right here. Vegas, we know what Vegas did to us last time around, and a 3-0 shutout. Are we really willing to say the Oilers are going to mop the floor with Vegas in this game? Yes. Mop the floor? Maybe not, but win? Yes. Because they're at home, they're ready to go, and you look at this the rest of the way home, right? We've got 3 road games after March 7th, or 4 road games after March 7th. So let's take it home, beat them down, and get gone. Winnipeg, guys, this is kind of what's going to happen at the end of the year here. Is pretty much a week from now, right? A week from today, Winnipeg could be out of the race. Any of these teams in the playoff race as it stands, from Vancouver, technically speaking, Calgary, all the way to Arizona, could be completely out of the playoff race by next week. Just physically speaking, depending on injuries, depending on this, depending on that, it could be impossible. And realistically, you look at it, the teams that are in later are more inclined to make it than the teams that are out a week from now, right? If you're in now, you're more inclined to make it than you are if you were out. You get where I'm going. But it's just simple math, and I don't know why I'm trying to over-explain that. Now, New York, again, same thing, right? As you've gone through, you've bounced back after losing an overtime game to start the homestand. You've won 2 big games. I mean, 2 games with playoff implications. Well, you're going to drop a dud against New York. All right, that's the way it goes. Then Philadelphia on the road. 2 days later, 11:30 game. We've had a weird record in these games. We've done actually all right in these early starts compared to what we normally do. And you know what? Realistically, I'm going to take it. An 11:30 Mountain Standard Time start, which is a 1:30 start Eastern Standard Time. A loss? It's Philadelphia. They're battling for first in, I believe, the Metros. So give them credit where credit is due. Washington, here's the thing. We have those terrible games where you don't beat who you want to beat, and Philly being a top team, facing a top team the next game back-to-back. I'm taking my chances, a 7-1-0 record in back-to-backs. I'm taking that the Oilers win this one here. And then you've got Ottawa, guys. Oh, my goodness. You want to watch Oilers fandom. If we somehow don't end up only losing 3 of those games in the next, 3 of the next 6? Right? 3 of the next 6. If we only lose 3 of the next 6. If we lose 4 or 5 of the next 6 and we lose to Ottawa, you want to talk about guys jumping off cliffs saying the season's over? That would be your game where it happens. That is why this has to be a win, simply put. Tampa Bay, I don't have high expectations. I just don't, because Tampa Bay, I'm not going to get all hyped up and say, man, we're going to roll Tampa Bay at home after coming off a 3-game road trip. 3 games in 5 nights with 2 travel days in between, but a travel back-to-back Philly to Washington. So I'll keep that cut there, a loss there. Now, Anaheim, Colorado, San Jose, win, loss, win. That's probably about where you're going. And the thing is, I'm building in kind of a stupidity to the schedule that I've built for wins and losses. Is beat the easy teams, lose to the good teams, right? And you talk about losing to the teams that the playoff implications don't matter. Colorado, they're not going to take us out for the wild card more than likely, so we're fine, we're good there. Now, Anaheim, that's a division opponent. San Jose, division opponent. Well, but there's the thing, you're probably going to lose another one against Anaheim because now you've kind of started going win-loss, show up, don't show up kind of deal. The one that it's going to come down to I really think these final 2 games of the season, whether it be for the Oilers or for the other 2 teams involved or all other 8 teams in the race, this is where it's going to get ugly and messy, is simply put Vegas and then Calgary, the final 2 games of the season. This is where it gets fun because technically speaking, if we've got 94 points as of March 27th, by March 30th, we will know if we have clinched a playoff spot or not. 100%. I'm going to lock in, if everything goes according to plan on the schedule I have in front of me, and the wins, the losses add up, the Oilers will know for certain. I guess it would be 93 points if they're making the playoffs or not by March 30th. If it comes down to the 31st and April 4th, she's going to get ugly, she's going to get messy, and she's going to get fun. That's the best part, right? Think about those live streams on Dolynny TV. Well, let me tell you, Vegas OT loss, that locks up 94 points right there. Actually, hold on, I got my math wrong. See, I even did a graphic and I got the math wrong. We would be sitting at 95 points, so absolutely by March 30th, we should know we're locked up. 96 points, March 31st against Vegas, perfect. And then, guys, you know what? Go in on a high. Take it in Calgary. It's going to be a playoff atmosphere. They're going to try and take it. And you know what? Here's the thing. I talked about it earlier in the year, and I'm going to upset a lot of people here. Because if McDavid's close to Leon Draisaitl in the Art Ross race, I know everyone's going to say, don't sit him. Let McDavid have that shot. 100%. If you're clinched by March 30th, there's no reason to play anybody in the top 6 against Vegas or Calgary, especially if the division holds up as it is, and Calgary essentially too. You do not want to risk your star players in those final 2 games. It's about protecting the playoffs. If you're in and you know where you're sitting, stay there, stay home, and get the job done with the depth, guys. That's all I'm going to say. So, guys, 98 points. 98 points looks like the way I'd be projecting it right here. The race to the playoffs will conclude with 98 points for the Oilers. I've been wrong plenty. I've been right sometimes. 8-5-2 the rest of the way home on the way to the Stanley Cup playoffs for 2020. Guys, I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV. I will catch you in the next one.